PTF and JK back with you on the In the Money Media YouTube channel. Fridays, final answers. We're going to go through this pick six, quick rattle through. JK, it kicks off with race number 9, grade 1, Ogden Phipps. What numbers will be on your tickets?
Yeah, look, I got to tell you, I thought I wanted to pick randomized until I dove down into her past performances, and she really only wins when she gets things absolutely her way. For me, I'm going to give a little bit of a shot in here, and that's the 3 Leslie's Rose, who had an okay year as a 3-year-old, came back in a sprint race, which is entirely too short for her. I think she could be sitting on a step forward performance, so I'll use her as well as Candied for Eclipse. You'll see those soaks hopefully a couple times throughout the weekend. And Bobby Flay, I think she's one that showed a bunch of talent as a 3-year-old, and maybe she's back to have a serious run as a 4-year-old. My stand here is to try to beat Raging Sea and randomized on Chad Brown's home turf, which is a hard thing to do.
Not easy at all. Candied for me, I've got to use randomized as the potential pace play. She might just get it her own way in here. Let's talk about the Belmont Gold Cup Grade 2 action. Goes as race number 10, 2 miles on the turf. Fingers crossed the weather cooperates. Who do you like in here?
If you're new to our sport, or at least new to the big days, 2 miles is not something we do very well in this country. It's not something we do in this country. It's more of a European type of style race. With that said, I'm going to go with limited liability with the European style rider and Frankie Dettori. Of all these riders, who knows their way around 2 miles on the grass more than Frankie? Limited liability, also a talented racehorse who I believe with the combination of Frankie, who has run well going long before, could be too much for this group. I'm going to pick limited liability. I'm going to use flatten the curve. I'll also use the 5 and the 8 a little bit sparingly because I think they're talented horses that might just handle the 2 miles, but I'm not crazy about it. The 3 will be my top pick. The 1 will be my backup.
We're in lockstep there, JK. Same numbers that I'm interested in. Not going to get beat by the shipper, but limited liability probably would be my, if pressed, top pick. Today's video brought to you by our friends at DK Horse. Download the DK Horse app today. The $100,000 DK Horse Acorn Queen of the Track is coming up this weekend. Opt in and place a minimum $5 straight win bet on a single horse in the DK Horse Acorn Stakes for a share of the $100,000 prize pool. Rewards will be available via click to claim. You have to opt in to participate. For much more information, go to dkhorse.com or download the DK Horse app today. Coming up, the DK Horse Acorn Stakes. You heard about the Queen of the Track promo. Let's talk about the numbers that are going to be on your tickets when it comes to this race, Jonathan. We have a whole other video on it, too, if you want to dive around the In the Money YouTube channel for more.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have Cara as my top pick, but I'll use her equally to Good Cheer, the Kentucky Oaks winner. I think those 2 horses are the most talented, the best horses in this group. I want to make sure I'm alive to them. I also want to be alive to Quick Kick a little bit, a horse that I always thought had some talent. She's disappointed to a certain extent, but anytime you can win a maiden race as a 2-year-old at Saratoga, in the back of my head, you'll always poke at me that you have a lot of talent, and maybe she can just kind of figure that out to a certain extent. I'll use her as more of a B type. And then the 1 Scottish Lassie is a great long shot opportunity if you're taking a look at that Queen of the Track and you want to try to get your share of that $100,000. I think Queen of the Track is, Scottish Lassie has some back races, but she just hasn't put it all together. But it is a home game for Jorge Abreu, and I'm hoping that she can run a little bit better. But I'll use the 2 and the 3 as A's, or the 3 and the 2 as A's, the 1 and the 7 as B's.
We're slightly oppo there. I'm just going to take Good Cheer and hope she can take it to the hoop. I do like Quick Kick for underneath, however. Race number 12, the Grade 1 New York Stakes, another one of the most exciting horses we're going to see all weekend long, appears here in She Feels Pretty. Are you with her or against her?
I'm with her. In fact, she's one of my favorite turf horses in the country, with Carl Spackler heading out to Europe and to Australia. She's just better than these horses. I'm not worried about the distance at all. The blinkers have helped her finish her races. I'll be ice cold because She Feels Pretty.
Race number 13, the Grade 1 Just a Game Stakes, going 1 mile on the turf. Field of 11 going postward. How many of these numbers do you need on your tickets?
As many as I can have. Last year's New York was, to me, one of the best races of the entire weekend. This year, it feels like the Just a Game is going to be one of the best races of the weekend. You got a bunch of Europeans. You've got some good American horses. You've got a Chad Brown Klarovich runner. I think this one's wide open. I'll pick it 8-5-1-7 with the 8 Excellent Truth, who I thought was unlucky last time and got in trouble. The 5 Kehoa Beach is one who I think has run sneaky well, has a lot of speed. That's always dangerous in races like this. I'm going to use as many as I possibly can. Like I said, my top 4 will be 8, 5, 1, 7, but there's other ones I'm going to try to mix in there if I can. If I can get a little special wand, the 2, the 3 suggests to the 4 simply in front. This is a spread race for me, and hopefully the single of She Feels Pretty can allow me to have a little bit more horses in this leg.
I think we're in agreement that it's very much of a spread race in that one. Let's go to race number 14 to close it out with New York bred maidens. How are we going to get paid?
Well, it depends on your budget. To me, if you have a smaller budget, I think the 1 and the 1A is a nice little combination. The 1, keeping it real for Chad Brown, who I thought has run well so far and has an opportunity to take another step forward. If you're able to use a few more, I thought the 12 counter move for George Weaver was interesting. And then I also wanted to try to mix in the 2 Undisputed. I hate the rail draw for Undisputed, but I do think Undisputed has some races that make sense. This is another race where it just kind of depends on what your goal is, what you're trying to accomplish. But I think the 1 definitely deserves to be the top pick, and buy one, get one free. You get the 1A as well.
Give us out a long shot or 2 that might be on some of those spread tickets if you've got it handy. Keeping it real certainly does make sense. We always try to keep it real here on the In the Money Media YouTube channel. Let us know what you think. Where are you going to plant a flag in this pick 6 while you're there? Make sure you subscribe to this In the Money Media YouTube channel as the big push for 14,000 continues. Give us a couple long shots to close us out.
Yeah, I think the 8 Solo Jim in that last race, a first-time starter for Mark Hennig. Irad Ortiz in the last year has ridden for him 3 times. Irad being one of the best riders in the world. The fact that they get Irad in that spot on Belmont Stakes Festival weekend, I thought was at least a little bit interesting. That horse should be a little bit of a price.
Great stuff, JK. Appreciate you. Keep it locked in the Money Media YouTube channel for all your Belmont at Saratoga Racing Festival coverage. And make sure you download the DK Horse app today or check out DKHorse.com.